All of us reach a point in time where we are depleted and need to somehow find a way to reignite the fire within. But how do we spark that flame? Welcome to Reignite Resilience, where we will venture into the heart of the human spirit. We'll discuss the art of reigniting our passion and strategies to stoke our enthusiasm. And now, here are your hosts, Natalie Davis and Pamela Cass.
Come next.
Welcome back to another episode of Reignite Resilience. I'm your co-host, Natalie Davis, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you today. And joining me, of course, is our co-host, Pam Cass. Hello, Pam. How are you?
Hello, I am fabulous. It is Friday, and this has been a week where I feel like there were 4 Mondays.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what it was. I don't want to give Monday a hard time because I like Mondays.
I do too, usually.
I like Mondays. There was a day this week. Well, it would have been Thursday this week, which I didn't know that it was Thursday. And I woke up and whenever we have a new episode that drops, I get a notification that says your episode has dropped and it's live and it's ready to go. And I woke up and I got that notification on my phone and I had this moment of anxiety and I was like, oh crap, I've messed up. Why did I put the episode on the wrong day? And so I'm like frantically trying to log in to pull the episode down because in my mind, it was
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday. It was Wednesday.
Okay,
in my mind, it was Wednesday. Yes, thank you for
that.
In my mind, it was Wednesday. And as soon as I swiped in to open my phone to do the adjustments, it tells me, it's like, happy Thursday. Today's the day. I'm like, oh.
You're like, oh, I missed a whole day.
And then I turned into a whole nother moment of anxiety because I was like, crap, I've got so much to do before Friday.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This has been one of those weeks.
It's been just one of those weeks where I'm like, God, are we there yet? Come on. Yeah. So I am grateful. This is my last thing on my schedule for today, work-wise.
Yes.
Because I've been on calls all day today. So I am so grateful that this is the end. And it's going to be fantastic.
Yes. So just for the listeners, as you know, as we're recording this, you're the only thing that stands between us and the weekend. So there we go.
No pressure at all.
Exactly. No, I'm happy that you're here. Please stay. We want you to stay.
Yes, we want you to stay. We want you to stay. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. Well, we don't have a guest joining us today, and I'm really excited because we have a lot of things that we've been working on behind the scenes. And I think we want to talk about one of those projects that's come to I don't know, what do we say? I say it's like a labor of love. So I don't want to say that it's born. One project that is officially born and crawling well, I think. We've had some great feedback and great response. And that's our book. So our book has officially launched. It is available on Amazon. It is called The Quiet Gift. It is part of the Red Journal series. And it's part of Pam's story. So Pam, why don't we talk about the book a little bit?
Absolutely. Well, here's what's funny is when we first met with our writing coach, and she's like, well, what's your goal for the book? And I said, end of 2025. Natalie's like, March. And I'm like, what? 3 months? I'm like, wait, about had a coronary. So we met right in the middle. So we're not at the end of the year. We're not in March, but we're kind of right in the middle. And
well, that was my thing. I was like, oh, how long could it possibly take to write a book? 4 months, 5 months?
Easy.
We can do it. No, it was 6 months. That was 6 months when we had that meeting. And I was like, we can get this done in 6 months. There's 2 of us. We can write a book in 6 months.
Easy peasy. No problem at all. No, there's so much to go into it that I just, the editing, the formatting, the cover, the back cover, the side, all the things that you just don't think about. And then all the approvals and getting it onto Amazon and getting Amazon to approve it and pricing and blah, blah, all the things that you just don't even think about.
It's an entire business in itself. Just the process of writing and launching a book is the same as starting a small business. Because you have to think about all of those elements. And we did it. I didn't. I was like, you just want me to, I've got a lot of ideas in my brain. I'm going to put those ideas on paper. You print it, we sell it, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. 6 months later. No.
Easy. No big deal. Well, I mean, we did start a podcast in like 5 months.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
So,
So that's, I mean, like history has given me the support I
yes,
need to believe we can get that
absolutely.
done.
Absolutely. And
But our
maybe if we both did another have, 5 other jobs that
other
we
jobs, in
would
addition
work.
to having other careers that we actually run as well.
Yes, we're not
I
just
think that's it.
authors.
I think, well, I mean, if we go back, because it would have been a year ago now that we
Yeah.
actually started this journey,
Hmm.
um, just where we started to explore, like, okay, we're going to write a book. What does that look like? What do we want to
Hmm.
write about? What do we want to share? And the journey actually started by us thinking, okay, why don't we share the stories of the amazing guests that we've had on the show?
Yeah.
Because we have had phenomenal guests on the show over the last couple of years. And it's been nice to just learn from them, to grow from them.
Mhm.
I've personally applied so many of the things that I've learned to my own personal life and seeing my growth and expansion. And so we thought, why don't we just encapsulate that into a book and
Mhm.
bring that to our listeners? And for potential people that don't listen,
Yeah.
um, they can learn more about,
Yeah.
insert the topic: money,
Absolutely.
relationships, career,
Hmm.
any type of different abilities, any, chronic or illnesses that have popped up, like health
Hmm.
issues, wellness. We've talked about all of it, right? We've touched on all
Absolutely.
the things.
Hmm.
And we were going to make it a book. And we went down that path.
We did. We got 64 pages in.
Yeah.
Not that I'm counting, but we did.
And to some, that may not sound like a lot, but it was
It's
a
a lot.
lot.
It's a lot. I think if most people that don't write, it's a lot. Like I hear
It was a
64
lot.
and I'm like, that's a lot of pages.
Absolutely. Well, and I think it was also the research and back end that went into it, right? Because we
Yeah.
we wanted to highlight and showcase the stories of our guests, and so it's a matter of filtering out. Okay, well, who are we featuring, and what are we talking about, and what were those,
Yeah.
those golden nuggets that we really wanted to share, and so. Uh, we had not only the outline, not only the idea, I should say, the outline, the concept, and we started the writing process
Yeah.
of filling that in. And Pam, you and I like tag teamed it. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm going to write about this, and you write
Yep.
about that, and here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
64 pages later.
yeah, and then I stalled. I'll speak for myself. I like just came to this, I hit a wall where I was like, it just didn't feel, it didn't feel, I don't know, when I think about writing a book, it's like I want it to feel oh my gosh, this is my
Yes.
baby. And it
Yes.
just didn't feel like that. And I think it was because we were sharing other people's stories. And I was like, okay. And so we just kind of paused. And it was then I got, and I believe in the universe working. I got a book from one of my coaching clients called The Energy Bus, and just a small hardback book. And I'm an Audible person. Like I like to listen. Well, I couldn't find it on Audible. So I'm like, great, I'm gonna have to read it. And so I just read a little bit every night. And it was written like a story, but it had a message.
Yes.
And so that's when I called Natalie, and it was last December.
Yeah.
I think you were literally heading out of town the next day.
I
And I
was.
said,
Yes.
I just finished this book. I was like, what do you think about scrapping the book we've written so far, what we've done so far, the 64 pages, and we start from scratch and we do a series of books because the Energy Bus is a series.
Mhm.
So we do this series of books, and each book is just its own standalone kind of story-ish. And you were like, I don't know how to do that. I was like,
Not
okay.
only do I not know how to do it, I hadn't read the book yet. And so I was like,
Hmm.
well, I'm coming over to grab the book. And
Yeah.
like I immediately went to your house. I was like, I need the book. I need to pick it up. I
Yep.
need to read it. And I was leaving town the next day to
Yeah.
go on vacation, and went on vacation for 2 weeks,
Hmm.
and brought the book with me. And it was perfect because then I was able to read it. And by the time I came back, you had already put pen to paper,
Yeah.
from idea, it went pen to paper. And you're like, here's what
Yeah.
I've come up with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said, why don't I just get a stab at it and see if it flows?
Yeah.
And so I just started with my story from, as young as I can remember and through college. And I wanted to make it a little bit different because the Energy Bus has like fictional characters in it, and there's a bus and a bus driver and blah blah. And so I wanted to do a little bit of a spin on it. And so there is a fictional character in there called Sam. And Sam is kind of like your inner voice, that voice that shows up, but it's the good inner voice. It's not the Dr. Evil pork chop. It's actually the
Exactly.
good inner voice. And he shows up when the main character, Emily, is in need of him being there with his wisdom. And then he gives her a journal, like a tattered old red journal at the very beginning of the story. And the journal disappears and shows up, and it shows up when she's at this place where usually Sam has come, shown up, asked her a question, and then the journal shows up and it's got that question in the journal. And then she's able to kind of do a journal prompt about it. So she's basically writes in the journal. And so it's a little bit of fiction, a little bit of magic. It's mostly my story though. And what I was so excited about it, getting the cover and getting it on Amazon, and then it was live, and then I was like, oh God, like people are gonna read this. What if nobody likes it? What the Oh my God. And there was this like literally like visceral panic this
Yeah.
last week because we were reaching out to people, and I was like, oh my God, what if they hate it?
Yes.
I was,
What, which is a whole different side of the business. Like, right, I talked
that's
about the
right.
business side part of it, right? Like in my mind, again, I was the person that said we can knock this out in 6 months. We can get it done.
Yeah.
So, like going through writing the book, and again, here we go. It is another multi-month process, but you're right. Like it's getting the cover and approving the cover, and you're starting with a blank canvas. And so going through that process of finding a cover that actually it goes against the whole saying, right? Like you can't judge a book by its cover. It's like, no, we want you
But
to
they
judge
do.
the whole book by the cover. Like that's exactly how
Yeah.
you go into that meeting. It's
Yes.
I need you to judge the book from the cover and pick it up and buy it and read it, add to cart, purchase, done, right? And
Yeah.
so when you're starting with an absolute blank canvas, it's like, okay, well, hold on. This is my whole story, and I need one image to
Yeah.
really capture the essence of everything that's covered in the book. And I think what we chose works really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but you're right, like that journal carries through the entire story, and so we've carried that to the cover of the book as
Yeah,
well.
and so we've made it part of a series, and so the Red Journal series, which we were just chatting before we came on, that I'm going to start working on prompts because we want to make a red journal that people can order and have as a companion to the books, or just as just a standalone. And every day you'll have a new prompt that you can sit in quiet, whatever, outside, wherever your space is that you hold to just be quiet, and you can just write.
Yeah.
And hopefully it'll uncover some things because what I found with writing this book was I would be doing something and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. And then I'd be
Mm.
like, ooh, I need to add a chapter. Or
Hmm.
I'd write something. I was like, oh no, actually, that's not how it happened. It was this. And so I
Hmm.
kept changing. And I think after the first edit, I think I added a couple of chapters. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, I added two more chapters. And I was like,
Yeah.
because I remembered things. And even now I'm like, oh, I didn't put that in there. I should have totally put that in there. So all sorts of different thoughts with it. But yeah, it's very vulnerable and scary to put that out there.
100%.
And yeah, but
As
it's there.
100%, right? That's the process. I mean, just going through the process of writing the book, I think that's one thing. Like years ago, I went through a writing retreat. I think I've shared that with the
Yeah.
listeners previously, and ended up writing a book and going same thing, going through edits and getting the feedback of you need more character development here, and it was my
Hmm.
own personal story, and it's like I went through those first round of edits, and I was like, what do you mean I need character development? She is who she is. It's me. Like I
Yeah,
don't
this
know what
is
else you need
me.
me to tell you, and so it's like allowing other people to see like your innermost everything, right? And then for them to critique it, because that just my story on paper does not turn into a best-selling novel, right? It's you've got to actually there's some components and elements of a book that it needs to
Yeah,
have in
who
order for
knew?
it to do well.
Who knew?
But you're right. It's the vulnerability piece of it. Like it's putting yourself out there, especially when it's your story. But it's also like I think it goes. What I love and I think is really unique is that it's not just your story, but it's also a tool for people, right?
Yes.
It's um it's not necessarily a guide, but it definitely is written in a way that causes you or allows you to pause and reflect and think, you know what, that, yep, I've had those moments in my life, or
Yeah.
I've felt those feelings or emotions or lack thereof in
Hmm.
my life,
Yeah.
and addressing like, how did you respond? How did you show up?
Yeah.
And could you have responded differently if there was someone there to support you?
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
It's the outreach I've gotten from people that have started to read it, has been really cool because it's, you know, oh my gosh, I have a child that has
Mhm.
dyslexia or has ADHD or whatever that neurodivergent is with their child. Or gosh, I wish I had known this, and because it's from my point of view as a child with dyslexia, feeling very much completely invisible and what that childhood looked like. And if you are a parent and you have a child with some sort of, and I don't call it a disability, I think it's a gift. It's
Mhm.
literally is a quiet gift.
Mhm.
It's just we just do things a little bit differently, but it can be very lonely because there's a lot of shame that is attached to it and makes you want to pretend like it doesn't exist.
Right.
And, we were talking before we got on, as I did research about dyslexia, there's certain things. People with dyslexia tend to be very resilient because they've had to be. They've had to adjust the way they read, the way they interact with people, communicate their entire lives. So it
Right.
makes them very resilient. Something bad happens, they figure out a way to move through it. I was like,
Right.
okay, that checks. Yep. Tend to overwork. So they will work twice as hard at jobs because they feel like they need to prove their worth because in their minds they're not enough and they need to do better. I'm like, well, check. That was,
Yeah.
I even had issues at jobs where coworkers and bosses felt like I was trying to outwork other or them. And it's
Mhm.
like that was not the case. But I didn't know that. That's just how I'm wired because of it. Tend to be more empathetic with people because we understand what that feels like. So this book is not just about the dyslexia. I think it's more about feeling invisible and not being seen, not feeling like you're seen. And I think it's because when you do have some of these quiet gifts, you do shrink because you are ashamed and you don't want people to know.
Right.
And I went for years thinking I cured myself of dyslexia. And it wasn't until I did a presentation on dyslexia, I'm like, oh, can I be cured? Because I don't think I have it anymore. And they're like, oh, no, no, you actually do.
No, you
And
just shoved it so far under the rug that you're like, it doesn't exist. I don't see it. I don't know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
if I, yeah, but if I had embraced it, then I could have known how to communicate that to other people. Like, this is what I'm really good at, and these are the things that I really struggle at these. So I need support, or I can find support to help me in those areas. And we were talking before we got on. I think that's why we work well together because
Mhm.
you have talents that I can't even, that just gives me anxiety. I
Yeah.
get so,
Yeah.
I mean, what did I sent you a text message this week. I need help.
Oh, you did. And I was like,
What's wrong?
oh my, something. Yeah, because you never send that message. And I'm like, oh, something
No.
is on fire and the sky is falling.
Yes. And I was
Yes.
so
And
overwhelmed about
yes.
something. And you just got on and just calmly bloop, 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 bloop. And it was
Yeah.
fine. And I was like, it just, when I get overstimulated, overwhelmed, I just
Yes.
like panic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's just knowing that about myself. And so then I think about, the things about that made me a good leader were some of those things because
Hmm.
I could be empathetic. I did understand other people's differences. I was able to do that. I could connect with people pretty well. But I also recognize now the challenges, the struggles, the places that, gosh, if I had known that, I could have done things differently. So are there, and what, 1 in 5 people have something,
Yeah.
either dyslexia, ADHD, autism,
Yes.
somewhere on the spectrum. So either you have it or you are probably leading or managing somebody that has it. And how can you tap into their gifts that they have
Right. Yeah.
and understand it? And it doesn't mean you have to lead differently for everybody, but gosh, if you could tap into it, that would be a powerful team
A
if you
hundred
could
percent.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the leading and the supporting piece, right? Because not only
Yes.
from the employment standpoint, like if it's 1 in 5, it's like someone in your household, someone
Yes.
in your close friend circle, someone in your family. There are people that have some type of different ability, and
Hmm.
it's not a matter of okay, well, we've got to adjust or change everything that we're doing, but how can we be more supportive? How can we be more empathetic? I
Yeah.
think that's the piece is that if we don't have a different ability, there is an opportunity for us to create an equitable space for
Yes.
individuals with different abilities, right? And so
Yeah.
that's, I think those are the missed opportunities.
Hmm.
The book does talk about that or dives into that portion of your story a little bit. And so that's,
Yeah.
I think those are the things that we, as parents, as friends, as colleagues, we think, gosh, I probably could have handled that a little bit differently, or I could
Hmm.
have worked harder to create a safer space or a space that sets everyone else for, everyone up for success. Um, but
Yeah.
we don't think about that a lot.
We don't. And we
We
don't. And
don't.
I didn't. I didn't for
Yeah.
years. And,
Yeah.
and I didn't, I wanted to pretend like, oh no, nothing. But the amount of people that since this has come out that have called me and said, oh my gosh, I have dyslexia. And I'm like,
Mm,
no idea.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
it's been very eye-opening. And so it's very vulnerable and it is scary.
Yeah.
But I wanted to leave some kind of a legacy for my kids and I hope my kids read it. I don't know if they will, but I hope they do. So that they kind
If
of have
y'all
a
are listening, y'all better read
yeah, I'll better read it.
it.
Just so that they have maybe a little insight, and I think that there'll be a lot of people that can relate to Emily's story, even if you do not have dyslexia or ADHD or anything.
100%.
So,
I love it. Oh my gosh. What's the biggest thing that you learned coming out of writing this book?
oh gosh, what's the biggest thing I learned? How much I enjoyed doing it.
Oh,
I didn't think I was like, I have dyslexia. I can't write a book. What are you talking
yeah.
about? So,
Yeah.
um, and I loved the memory piece of it.
Mm,
Going back and like remembering certain things. Like the first chapter is probably one of my favorites because it was literally just remembering my childhood when we lived back in outside of Boston and the hours that my brother and I would be gone during the day playing in the woods and exploring and that type of stuff. So it literally put me back in that space
yeah.
for that brief moment, which was really fun. It was because you forget a lot.
Hmm.
We forget a lot of our childhood until we start to really write about it, and then you're like, oh
Yes.
shoot, I forgot about that.
I think just writing about it and giving yourself time to even sit with it, right? To go
Hmm.
back into those spaces. I don't know if just the average person
Yeah.
creates that for themselves, right? Like it's
Yeah.
writing about it, I think is like a step up. Like you just take a moment and pause and think about it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, right? You think about all of it and then it comes together because it's what has made us who we are, right? Like it's what
Yeah.
makes you
It's a
who you are.
beautiful part of
Um,
our journey.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's
Fun.
interesting. So you've unlocked a whole new thing that you enjoy in
Hmm.
in writing. That's I feel like that's a common theme that we hear with our authors that come on, at
Yeah.
least those that come on the show and those that we listen to just as we're preparing and things that once they
Yeah.
write a book, they're like, yep, now that we've done the heavy lifting, I can do it again. And not only can I do it again, but I have to because I've got another part
Totally.
of the story to share, or there's
Yeah.
something else that needs to be released.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely. And then I'm just like, oh, maybe it'll be a TV series or something. I'm like, who would
Yes.
play Emily? And I'm
Oh,
like,
there we go. I
and then
love it.
who would play Sam? I don't know. It's just
I love that you go there because I'm like, who's gonna write the screenplay? That's
that's not my problem. I don't know. That I don't know. That I don't know how to write a screenplay.
this is as Pam talks about like how we work together. That's exactly how it works. And she's
This
like,
is
what?
how it works.
And I'm like, who's gonna put the screenplay together? That's
I just
it.
have the little idea, and then Natalie's like, "Wait a minute, we got to think about X, Y, Z and execution." And I'm
Yes,
like,
and let's
oh,
execute it.
I don't want to
So
think
that
about
would be
that.
awesome. It would be awesome. Absolutely. Who would, okay, so who would you have as your character?
I don't know. As a young child, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even have cable TV anymore, so I don't even know who the young actresses are anymore. So
Is that a
I don't know.
thing? I don't I'm sure it is. I'm sure there are young people that are
Oh, I'm sure there
out
are.
in the world acting? I have no idea.
Well, we just have to do a what do they do? They do a screen call where
A
they
casting. Yeah.
casting call.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll
Casting
do a
call.
casting for it.
We'll
That is
figure that
awesome. That's awesome. But the character is not going to have a Boston accent. Like it's just like a
out.
non-regional dialect type of
No,
child.
no Boston accent because I was too young at that
I
point.
know. Yes.
So yeah, I
No,
wouldn't
that's
remember.
awesome. Well, I think one thing that is common between this book and the next
Yes.
book, because
Yay,
that
which is
is
coming out before the end of the year.
there's the deadline in real life. IRL. Yes. So the next book is that it is written in a very similar format, with it being like a
Mhm.
fable style
Yep.
story that is, a character that is going through life changes, and exploration and discovery, and how it impacts not only the main character, but the people around them as well. So I'm not going to give too much away on that because we would love for you to go out and purchase a quiet gift.
Yes. Purchase the quiet gift.
Yes.
Look for the journal. That's probably going to be a 2026 thing. Once Natalie's book is released, I'm going to start writing the second chapter of my life, which will be probably from my marriage to I don't know when. So yeah, I think that to me, there's probably like two or three more books in my
Until
life. The next one
exactly.
I think is going to be a challenging one for me because I
Mm,
you have to be so careful when you're writing because it's always from our perspective, the things that we went through in our lives, and I don't want to hurt anyone. So I've got to write it in such a way that I've got the onus
yeah,
on this next part of my life. And so to be continued. That's a
exactly.
next
So
year
next
thing.
season until we'll see what comes out. So
Next
that means,
season.
I mean, we have at least two more books for you to pick up. So we've got three that are in the works here. Pam has already started brainstorming and putting the storyboard together for book three.
Yep.
Book two has just gone through second round of edits, and so we'll do final edits on that, and then
Awesome.
have the formatting and everything done before going through this process again of
Yeah.
selecting the cover and what the spine is going to look like. But now that
Yeah.
we, as Pam mentioned, it's part of a series, that's the anchor, right? It gives us that
Yeah.
continuity, that consistency that we can start and continue to
Yeah.
see through each of the books. But we're excited about it. We're excited about the launch of
We
the book. We'll
are.
make sure that we add a link in the show notes that will let
Yep.
you direct you to Amazon so that you can purchase the book. And it's on ebook. And it will be on Audible as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, that's my big project. I got to read
That's
this book. Oh, I forget about that detail. Yes.
Yes, and it will be on Audible. I know
Uh,
when Pam told me that on our last team call, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just record it. I'm just gonna give it a go." If y'all, if there's one common thing that is consistent when working with both of us, it is we're just gonna give it a whirl. Let's see what happens. Let's see
you
how it
know
goes.
what? What's the worst thing that could happen?
What's the worst thing? So she just said, "You know what? I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna start recording. It'll be interesting." And I was like, "Have you ever recorded for that
Mhm.
amount of time
Mhm.
before?"
No,
Have you?
I'm gonna do probably a chapter at a time.
Yeah.
And with dyslexia, I'm not a fast reader.
Yeah.
So good news is you can speed me up.
You can. I feel
Uh,
that the editor can speed you up. That's fine. And I've
but
never read a book at
well, you
one
can,
time. I've
in Audible, you can increase the
Yeah.
speed. So
I'm
you
a
can
1.8, 1.8 every book. I don't care
I'm
how.
like 1.5.
Yeah.
I go to 1.2 if it's got heavy content. And I'm like, wait,
Oh.
what did they just say? And then I'll go back. But yeah.
Well, and I think I'm a 1.8, but I follow along in the book and I listen to the Audible. You know what? And I'm gonna blame that on public education because we had to do so much of that in elementary school. It's like everyone open your book. One
Hmm.
person was selected to read, everyone else followed along, or the teacher read and we all
Oh
followed
yeah.
along.
Yep.
That's natural for me. I'm like, I'll follow along. I don't need to do it. And so I'm a 1.8. Listen. Anyway, Pam's recording the audio.
Well, when she says I'm recording it, I will start recording it.
She's gonna. This is
I'm
accountability at its finest, live and in
Now it's
action.
accountability, and I will do it. And it's just because I had several friends that said, "Oh, are you going to have it on Audible?" I'm like, "Well, I guess I will."
Yeah.
Oh, there's that.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you know book two is probably not gonna be on Audible. There you go. And if
Yeah.
it is, it will not be my voice. So that's
I know. I was thinking, I was like, gosh, if I could get somebody with a fantastic, like British accent or something, I don't know.
It wouldn't feel right.
It wouldn't feel right. But gosh,
No.
it's so much nicer to listen to, right?
Maybe you could get a British actor to do the voice for Sam.
Oh, how would we do
Listen,
that?
brainstorming right
Or maybe
live in
I'll
action.
just add a British accent.
That's a, I am not encouraging
I'm
that.
not going to encourage that. I'm just going to use
But
my voice
if you
as,
could just do one chapter as a teaser for all of us to hear, I think we'd enjoy it.
oh my gosh, no, that would just be, no, I'm not doing that. That would be a hot,
You
I'd
know,
be thinking
good
about
on
it.
you. Good on you. I mean, here's the thing. I like would probably equate, and not that I'm saying that I wouldn't do this. It's kind of the same thing as like reading for the audiobook is the same as like singing the national anthem in a jam-packed stadium. Like same. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, totally.
Same.
Totally the same thing. I'm just going to be thinking about that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, but I think you can do it and you'll do it well. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lovely.
Okay, I love how this is Natalie. This is how she works. When I got something going on, I'll call her and she always puts a positive spin. She goes, "Oh my gosh, it's going to be totally fine. You got this. It's going to be great."
It's gonna be, and isn't it always? It's always fine. It is.
It's always fine.
It's always
It always
fine.
are. It's what you focus on expands. It
That's
is
it. It
always
is.
just fine.
We could sit here and think about the things that we don't know how to do or that we are not trained in or that we don't have the skill set on. But
Or we
why?
can just figure it out. Why would we do that when we just are like, well, then let's just do it. We don't know how to do a podcast. Let's just do it.
You just embrace the idea that you know how to
Totally.
get it done or you'll know how to figure it out. I mean, that's the thing. We're smart people. We'll
We
figure it
can
out.
we can figure it out.
Figure it out.
And
And then we
you know
improve
what?
on it and then make it
And we
better.
improve.
Even more
Yeah.
better.
More better.
Even better. We
More
make it even
better.
better after that.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Well, we are excited. We just wanted to come on and just share with all of you. The book is out, The Quiet Gift. It is part of the Red Journal series. You can find it on Amazon, ebook, paperback. We are working on hardback or hardcover as well.
Yep.
So once that's up and available, it'll be up and running. It'll be available on Amazon as
Yeah.
well.
And I think it would be a great holiday gift
Stocking
for
stuffers.
stocking
Yes.
stuffer would be perfect for your
Yes.
family members.
Exactly. It would be a great stocking stuffer for moms because
Yes.
I know that many moms on whatever day you open a stocking typically don't have it
Yes.
stuffed. So
Yes.
stuff mom's
Yes.
stocking.
Yes. Or maybe you don't even have a stocking.
Exactly. There's that.
There's that too.
You know what? That is a different book and a different podcast.
That's a totally different podcast. So
I feel like we need to go there. Not today. We won't go there.
no, we won't go there today.
There is like this trauma, motherhood trauma. I love motherhood. It is the best thing ever. But there are
Yes.
some things that moms go through that we just like
Ah.
grit. What is it? Grin your teeth.
Grin and
What is it?
bear it.
You grin and bear it, right? Like
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, got it. That's fine. No stocking this year. Okay. No, no stocking next year either. No stocking ever. Okay,
Mhm.
great.
Okay, that's fine.
Happy
That's fine.
holidays, everyone.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Happy holidays. Yay.
Grin and bear it. That's it.
Yes,
Oh
just
my
grin and
gosh.
bear it. Oh, that's a whole
So
different yeah, we're not even going to go down that rabbit
it's a
hole,
different
but
episode,
this
but we
would
just
this
lived
would
through
be a
that.
this would be a good book for it because, it's all about being unseen and sometimes moms we don't feel very seen
I
or
think so.
appreciated.
I think so. I think
Um,
this book speaks to that. So yes,
yeah,
buy it. It's a great stocking stuffer or whatever you
absolutely.
stuff. Use the book.
Whatever you stuff, just get
Whatever you
it.
stuff. Just use it.
Just use it.
All right. We will drop the link in the show notes. We're just
Awesome.
this is just us on a Friday. I don't know if it's delusional or giddy or what have you, but it has been a pleasure. Pam, congrats on getting your story out there. Thank you for being
Yes.
vulnerable. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking forward to people giving us feedback and letting us know.
yeah, and I can't wait for yours to come next. And yeah, it's I never imagined this when we started this podcast that
Oh
we
my
would
gosh.
be sitting here talking about our first book that launched. So
No. No, and you know what? Had you asked me or had you said as we launched this podcast that part of that was going to be rolling out a book series or books about our personal lives, I would have been an absolute not because
I'm
I'd
like,
already
no,
gone
good.
through that journey of like
Yes.
writing a personal story and having it
Hmm.
critiqued and edited and that it's pepper spray to the manuscript itself. I still have it. And let me just be completely honest. It was not great. And I'm glad that they didn't allow me to send that to print. But nonetheless, I had just gone through that. And so had you said 3 years ago, you know what, here's a thing. Why don't we write some books some books?
Yeah, books, plural. Mm-hmm.
I'm out. No, but
no, we're good. No,
good.
Let's not even do the podcast. Forget it. I'm done.
Exactly.
Well, I don't think either of us imagined it.
No.
I just don't think we even.
But I'm grateful
for
it. Yeah, I'm grateful for it. This podcast has turned into, not only do we have the podcast, we have the Think Letter. If you haven't subscribed to the Think Letter, we now have the book. We have the journal that's coming out, a second book that's coming out. Yeah. This is something that the work that we're doing here, that we're hoping that it continues to ripple throughout the communities across the world, global, yes. Right? Because we have a lot of listeners that are in other countries as well. And so that's our hope, is that it continues to do that. So I'm grateful, not just for the podcast, but for also going through the book writing experience yet again. I'm putting myself out there. It'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine. It'll gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine.
Exactly.
Gonna keep telling ourselves that.
Continue to repeat that. It will be fine, you all. It will be fine. All right. Well, until next time. And if you have not checked us out on YouTube, you can see video footage of our recording sessions, our pod sessions on YouTube, or find us on any of your favorite streaming podcast platforms. And for the book, it's on Amazon, and we will drop it in the show notes. And if you have not subscribed to the Think Letter, I think you get those updates while these podcasts are playing. Make sure that you subscribe to our weekly Think Letter that dives deeper into the things that we talk about and gives you some applicable tips that you can apply to your business on a weekly basis. So why not?
Awesome.
Win-win.
Win-win. I love it.
Exactly.
Bye,
we'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today on the Reignite Resilience podcast. We hope you had some aha moments and learned a few new real-life ideas to fuel the flames of passion. Please subscribe on your favorite streaming platform, like or download your favorite episodes, and of course, share with your friends and family. We look forward to seeing you again next time on Reignite Resilience.